Hi guys, welcome back to DeFi Daily. Today I want to talk about the Fantom ecosystem, about the bullish and the bearish scenario, plus what is my personal strategy. I decided to make this video in order to share also a couple of thoughts that I have about this story that I'm not completely agreeing with many people that are talking about this story. I think that there are a couple of not told stuff that we need to face. And this is exactly what I will do in this video. Just before to start, guys, remember that this channel is not about financial advice. My goal is to helping you to better understand what's going on, and it's more about growing your awareness. So remember, always improve your researches and do the best that you can. Remember also that if you want to help me, if you want to stay always updated on what's going on into this channel, remember to subscribe, leave a big thumbs up, and drop a comment. And I will be really grateful if you will do it. So let's start immediately. I want to start with this chart that is about the total value locked into the Fantom DeFi ecosystem. As you can see, we were around 12 billion just a couple of days ago, just before the announcement of Andre and Anton leaving. And the total value lock dropped about 40–50% in just a couple of days. And this drop is related to two main reasons. First of all, as you can see, for example, from Tomb Finance here, they are announcing if you have Tomb FTM LP on Solidly exchange, you have until the 3rd of April to withdraw them. So all the protocols are inviting people to withdraw from Solidly. The reason is because Solidly, it was the protocol that was managed directly by Andre, and in this moment we know that it will end the 3rd of April. The reality is that they are trying to work around, especially with Solidex, in order to keep it alive, but that's another story that we will talk about in a moment. The reality is that right now, all the people are withdrawing liquidity from a Solidly exchange in order to or moving the tokens into another protocol or just selling them. As you can see, in a situation like this one, we are seeing a lot of selling pressure, plus a lot of fear, because people are wondering, okay guys, what will happen right now with the Fantom ecosystem? So that provoked a chain effect that, as you can see from this column here, the 7-day change, all the protocols are in deep red. As you can see, 30%, 60%, 60%, 20%, 45%. And that's quite an insane dump. And the problem is that right now, if you're wondering, okay, but we will recover fast or not? The reality is that we don't have a precise answer to this fact. As you can see from the chart, for example, on FTM, we have a double bottom here at $1.3. But the point is that we don't know if that will be the real bottom. Most will be related also to what will happen to Bitcoin, because we have always to remind that the overall situation, the overall market is bleeding and is suffering due to inflation, due to the war, and also Bitcoin is in a not so great situation. And it's quite obvious if the Bitcoin price will dump further, also the Fantom price will suffer in any case. On the other side, it is quite possible to see a bounce into the next couple of days, but the problem is that even if the price is bouncing, it doesn't mean that it will recover, because it is possible that in that situation, many people will simply decide to exit, to take advantage from that bounce in order to reduce their exposure to the Fantom ecosystem. So my advice is be aware that a lot of volatility could happen into the next couple of days. So don't rush anything and take your time. Don't panic sell. Don't just AP in just because we are seeing that the price is low. Just try to understand what's going on and take the best decision according to your personal portfolio strategy. In any case, this situation with any probability will last for a while. It could be several weeks, could be several months. So just stay calm and try to follow the different news, because a lot will come. But in any case, I will explain to you what is my personal strategy in a moment. Just before going into it, I want to share with you a thought about one stuff that to me is the most important about this whole story. And I want to start from this tweet by the Crypto Banter community. If one developer builder was the reason why you invested in a centralized protocol, you probably shouldn't have invested. And they are talking about, this is a thought that many people shared into the whole community, saying there is no reason to panic sell. If you are panic selling right now, it's your fault because you are not prepared enough to stay into this market. And what I want to say is that if from one side, I agree, because that's true that you don't have to panic sell. If you want to for real be an investor, you have to just be a strategist. You have to stay calm. You have to stay into the market, trying to understand what's going on and take your decision based on facts and not just by feelings. That's quite important, and that's true. On the other side, I think that we are under-evaluating the seriousness about this stuff, because seeing another developer, a thought leader of a blockchain, of an ecosystem, just leaving out of the blue and one day just waking up and someone is saying, okay guys, I'm leaving, and all the protocols that were managing like billions will be closed in around 1 month. That's something that it is not acceptable. And this is something that we should talk about much more than what we are doing right now. I'm grateful to Andre for what he has done into the last couple of years, because many protocols that he has been able to build, they are great. On the other side, we have to say really clear that this kind of approach is not anymore acceptable. We need an ecosystem. We need DeFi leaders that are able to manage stress, and if we want to just living, they have to manage this kind of transition. And this is something that I'm not seeing anyone talking about it. This is something that to me is pretty a serious matter, and I truly don't understand why we are keep giving the fault to people that are panic selling. There are situations when yes, that's right to say it's, let's say, your fault. You have to take full responsibility for your losses. There are other moments when we have to say, okay, guys, if you want to build for real a DeFi ecosystem that can really replace the traditional financial system, we need to change this kind of approach, because it is no longer sustainable. And this is something that we should say aloud. We can't accept going on like this. It's not possible that the person is simply waking up and saying, I'm closing the front end of a platform. Yes, I know that in the moment when we are talking about protocols, they are on blockchain and they can survive, and they will survive, as I will explain to you in a moment, even without Andre and even without any person that has built it. On the other side, imagine an investor that is hearing about this story. What do you think will be his reaction? Do you think that he will say, okay guys, that's great, why not to join this incredible DeFi space that's so great, so many emotions are going on there? That's obviously not his reaction. He will say something like, guys, as you can see, DeFi is a place that is not mature enough, that is completely not reliable. And this will cause a greater damage, much greater than just the loss and the dump into the price for a couple of weeks. If DeFi want to become mainstream, we have to solve this complete immature approach, and we need to start talking about, we need leaders and we need another kind of storytelling. In any case, as I was saying before, it doesn't mean that this is the end of Fantom and the Fantom ecosystem. As you can see, for example, from the Fantom Foundation, they are saying we are more than 40 people working on Fantom. Andre was just a great advisor, and maybe we would be more than happy to still work with him. But on the other side, having Andre or not having him, it doesn't affect how the Fantom ecosystem will evolve. The same story applies, for example, to Yearn Finance. As you can see, Andre left Yearn over 1 year ago. But even so, as you can see from this number here, you can see that the price, or better, the total value locked inside Yearn Finance down by around 45% in just the last couple of days. And this mostly related to the Andre story. So we have to understand that Andre was a really important person, but as he was saying also into his Medium account, even if I will die, protocols will keep working forever because they don't need me. And that's exactly the reality. Protocols and the whole Fantom ecosystem is much broader than just Android. As you can see here, they are enlightening how many protocols, great protocols we have into the Fantom ecosystem that are going much beyond Android. As you can see, Spookyswap, Spiritswap, Finance, Beefy, and many others. So the reality is that it's really bad that Android left, and the main problem to me is not really related to the dump into the price. It's much more about the branding, the image that we are sharing with the world about DeFi. On the other side, as you can see, for example, from Solidex, they are announcing that will take charge of the Solidly UE, so the protocol, so also Solidly with any probability will survive after Android. So there is not really anything to be worried about the fundamentals of the DeFi ecosystem of Fantom. Fantom fundamentals are still the same and they are still great. The only thing that has changed is related to the risk. Right now, if until a couple of days ago, the risk related to Fantom was around low medium, right now we are more about a medium high risk because the volatility into the price could be much more higher. On the other side, personally, I still believe into the Fantom ecosystem. And if you're asking me what I'm doing right now, I'm not selling my tokens related to the Fantom ecosystem. I'm simply DCA on some kind of tokens. For example, I'm DCAing on a Fantom. But remember, DCA doesn't mean going all in. It just means that I want to take this opportunity. I still believe into the fundamentals of Fantom and I'm buying a bit, not a pin. Remember, right now there is a lot of volatility. And even if you are deciding to DCA, do it for real. Don't just one entry, but several entries in order to DCA to a dollar cost averaging your price. This is something that is really, really important. Overall, I'm still bullish about the Fantom ecosystem, and I'm seeing this situation right now as an opportunity to build a long-term position. My idea is to build my position right now. And when I'm saying right now, I don't mean now, today. I mean in the next couple of weeks and months, because we still don't know how long will last this market situation, and what is possible that as long as this market situation, this bearish scenario will last, it is also possible that the price of FTM and the whole Fantom ecosystem will suffer. On the other side, we have also to remember that there are many other great leaders and people that are investing heavily into the whole Fantom ecosystem. One, for example, is the leader of Finance. Also, the Fantom Foundation has many people inside and many protocols. For example, Liquid Driver are investing heavily into this ecosystem. So the overall situation is still good. The fundamental hasn't changed. On the other side, be aware that this market situation is delicate. So if you want to reduce your risk, maybe deleveraging from Fantom could be an idea. On the other side, if you want to also build a long-term position, it could be a good opportunity. In any case, remember that no one can for real forecast what will happen in the next future. I believe that it will survive the Fantom ecosystem, but I can't be sure. So always do your own research, and yes, in this case you have to take full responsibility for your strategy and for your decisions. I'm just here to share what I'm thinking, and I hope that this overview about my thoughts and about also what I will do about Fantom, what's going on right now, help you to better understand the overall situation. Let me know what do you think into the comment section below, and if you want to stay always updated, remember to subscribe to the channel and please leave me a big thumbs up and drop a comment. Guys, thank you for following me, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye guys.